Hey, and good evening. What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody is doing well. Um, I want to talk to you. Um, it's not Ministry of the Table tonight, but it's Can We Talk night. So, um, let's have a conversation and feel free to chime in if you feel like it. I want you to like and share and like and share and like. And hopefully, what I say will connect to somebody um, who feels, um, who is feeling what I'm getting ready to say, or who is feeling or has felt this way and don't know, trying to figure out how to navigate through this particular area of your life, right? So, with that being said, let's get into it. I'm not going to belabor it. Um, I'm just going to go right to it. And so, what I want to talk to you tonight about is this subject here. Sometimes it's not you, but them. Um, Sometimes it's not you, but them. There are moments and times we go through things. We are the root of the problem. We are um, the situation. We're the issue. Sometimes we are the reason why there is a problem. Sometimes we are the reason why there is um, adversity. Sometimes we're the reason why people don't want to associate with certain people. Why? Because we're the problem. But on the flip side of that, there are times that you are not the problem. It's other people, it's their mindset, it's their perspective. And what you're going to have to learn is um, you cannot. Okay, so Kyla says, LOL, I was just about to call you tomorrow regarding something like this. Interesting. You cannot um, change people's mind about you. Here's the deal. Whenever someone has a thought, a perspective, an angle, a viewpoint about you, an opinion about you, one of the things you're going to have to learn how to continually navigate. And I'm going to say this. Um, there are times in life you will navigate through things. There are times in life you will grow up, you'll mature, you'll matriculate, if you will, in a particular situation. But then there are moments and times also that when you have grown in the situation, where you've matured in situations, that your maturity level will uh, uh, come into question, or you may have to experience another challenge in this particular area. You feel me? And so what happens is you have to know that sometimes why people deal with you in such a way is not sometimes because of what you have not done. All right. If I say it this way, sometimes it is because of what you've done. Now, what you mean? Okay. Well, what you mean? Some people say, had you not done this, it wouldn't have happened. But sometimes it's because of what you've done, or because of, who you are, that some people will end up having challenges with. And, because I deal with younger people, I deal with older people, I deal with so many people that like to watch me whenever I come on. I want you to grasp something. And what I want you to grasp is the simple fact of the matter is that there are times you can't change people's thoughts, people's opinions, people's perspectives, people's ideologies, their rationales about you, right? You can't alter their thinking. You can alter their mind. What you have to learn how to continuously do is not shift you because they don't know how to deal. So sometimes it's not you. Let me see how I can say this. Um, there's a situation I'm dealing with right now, and the situation I'm dealing with is a person who, for whatever reason, has recently found a way to nitpick with me. And having conversations with some other people, they was like, man, I ain't never experienced that. Have we ever did that? They're talking to somebody else that I was talking with. We ain't never done that. I mean, we've been knowing each other for a long time. So it's like, and I said, I don't understand. Like, where is this coming from? Where is this attack coming from? Why am I being watched? Why am I being watched the way I'm being watched? Why is this particular individual looking at me in a certain way? And so I'm trying to figure out what is the problem. I just like, I'm like, what is going on? Okay, let me see. Melody says, my God, the people I deal with, nitpick with me about every little thing, shaking my head. I'm like, honestly, I'm trying to understand. Like, and then you start thinking to yourself, okay, did I do something? Did I say something? You begin to second guess yourself. You begin to second guess yourself, like, why are they doing this? What is the pleasure? Pastor Jay Lynn says, I've been asking the same question for the last 2 years. Like I said, I get it if I did something. I get it if I misspoke. I get it if I gave an impression about something. But what I'm saying is that, what is it about me that has caused you to stalk me? And that's what it looks like. It's what it feels like to harass me. Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you so offensive? Why are you so offensive? Why? Like, this is me. This is who I am. Hey, I'm sorry that, no, I'm not. I can't apologize if people like me. And what I'm getting ready to say to some of y'all, whatever, some people gonna say it's arrogance, but I cannot be upset if other people like me more than they like you. I cannot treat people like trash if other people treat me differently than you. I can't do anything about that. Don't be mad at me. Well, why they talk to you that way? They don't talk to me that way. I don't know. Have the conversation with the person or the people that you feel this way with. I don't have nothing to do with that. Why everybody like talking to you? Why everybody like coming around you? Why everybody like calling your name? Why do people think who are you? Dwayne Andre Loughridge. That's who I am. I don't know what is the expectation? What do you want me to do? What do you want? What do you want me to do? And so you got to come to a place that you realize that sometimes it's not you, it's them. They got the problem. They got the issue. That they're envious, right? They're envious. They're coveting something. Now, let me be real. Most people, a lot of people don't understand this, and even to a degree, my wife disagrees what I'm getting ready to say, but it's the truth. I became more extrovert. I've been a people person, but but I became more extrovert because of ministry. I became more talkative, in a sense, because of ministry. Now, one to one, oh, I got it. But there's a class of people who feel, oh, you just want to be in the limelight, and you just want. No, I'm what they call extrovertedly introverted, which means that I'm outgoing, but I don't necessarily have to have people around. I really don't like. Um, Many people, some of you can attest to this. I think Kylan has come to this understanding that when you call me on the phone, who you see, if you dealt with me at my workplace, if you dealt with me at church, who I am on the phone is totally different, because the expectation now is in the pulpit. It's not that I'm a different person, but I'm operating in that office, if you will. So, or I'm operating in that person. But when you begin to talk to me, talk to the natural person, so to speak, though I'm not totally different, because I've been told people love the preacher side of me or the Christian side of me more than the natural side. I'm like, what does that mean? But anyway, my point being is that I deal with people. People come to me. It has always been that way for my life. I'll give you a case in point. Not one of mine, but a student at my job, right, was having a conversation. It's not me, it's you. The conversation went to the extent of saying I was a liar. Like, you're lying. Okay, I'm lying? Yes, you're lying. What am I lying about? And it was like, because they asked me when I was 16, did I ever smoke? No, I never smoked in my life. What? No, smoke. No, smoke. Never smoke weed. Never smoked a joint. You didn't do that at 16? Absolutely not. You never did that. You're lying. Okay. First of all, there's a problem, young man, that you feel comfortable in calling me, an adult, a liar. Okay? You feel some type of way. All right? You feel, hold on. All right. It says, okay. Is it really? Okay, so Melanie says your live is breaking up. Is it breaking up for real? And is it really? Because I haven't seen anything shift. Am I breaking up with anybody else on not on Instagram? I'm talking about on Facebook, or maybe on YouTube if somebody's watching. Am I breaking up there? Please let me know. I'm on. Hopefully, I can regain my thought. It's better now, but it was tough for a minute. It's better now, though. Okay, thank you. All right, so he calls me this. You're lying. Okay, why? Oh, I get it. Here it is. Because you were a smoker at 16. Because you did some stuff at 16. You just assumed that everybody in the category of 16, have done what you've done. Well, that's not me. Okay, well, what was I doing? I was preaching at 16. What is that? What you're doing now? No, I'm talking to you. I'm not preaching. And he says, so somebody says, man, you need to stay in class, because if you don't know the preacher, I'm a youth pastor. I'm like a youth pastor, to youth, God help me, if I would have went to saying I was an assistant pastor, he could even embrace a youth pastor. So if I would have just went to other things, but the point being, he could not grasp that I was who I was. And that was not my problem. That was not my problem. And so I'm saying that to say that come points in time in your life that there are people who will be upset with you because of you. They'll be mad. There's a person I know who was watching me. Like, I remember this years ago, and I get it. I was raised in an environment, church-wise I'm talking about, that you put titles to people's names. Like, don't call me Dwayne, call me Elder Dwayne, or Mr. Call me Elder Loughridge, or Mr. Loughridge, or Brother Loughridge. You have to put a title, or the old folks will say put a handle, right? So I remember years ago, um, where there were some people who was upset that so many younger people were calling me by my first name. They were, "Hey, how you doing, Dwayne? How you doing, Dwayne?" And a lot of people were upset with that. Now, I get it. I get it. It was because, they're younger. I was older. You don't need to do that. You need to correct them. You need to tell them to put Elder on your name. You need to tell them to put this on your name. You need to tell them to put Mr. on your name. You should not let them. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's the challenge. You ready for this? Here's the challenge. The challenge with that was, and still is in some cases, that even though there was no title, I had to respect. Even though there was no handle, there was no Mr., there was no brother, there was no elder, I had and have the respect. I get it. We're in certain settings. I get it. But I have, but that is my name. Like, I remember years ago talking to a emeritus presiding bishop of the Church of God in Christ Incorporated. I remember talking with Bishop Charles Edward Blake Sr., and I remember he asked me what was my name, and I said Dwayne Loughridge. And I had an opportunity to meet with him, and I remember him saying, "Thank you for saying that, because if you would have said elder, I was going to correct you." He says, because when people ask you what is your name, he says, don't give people a title, give them your name. He says, because there are a lot of people who will respect titles, but won't respect the person. They won't respect the name. So he said, I'm grateful that you said that. He says, because there are some people, I don't want to be a person that somebody says, I respect you because you're an elder. I respect you because you're an adult, but I don't respect you as a person. Y'all see what I'm saying? I don't want that. That not me personally. Now, that's me personally. I don't want it. You see what I'm saying? And so there were times people, put a title, and I get it. Like I said, trust me, I get it. Titles on it, whatever. I get it. But what I had was, at that time, and even some people's cases now, I would rather have the respect for my person. Come on, Birdman, put some respect on my name. I would rather have respect on my name, Dwayne Loughridge, than I would elder, minister, potentate, young warrior, Mr., all of that. I would rather. That's just me personally. All right. I get it. If we're in certain settings, call me what you're going to call me, elder, whatever. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to go too deep. See what I'm saying? I'm not going to go too deep. See what I'm saying? Because I want to keep that connection out. Now, mind you, I'm not talking about, this is me. I'm talking about people I've developed relationships with, people that have grown. If you've never known me personally, right, like that, and we don't have that type of connection, then I would expect you to do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you a point. I'll give you an example. There's a family I've been knowing for years. Before I became an elder, I was Dwayne Loughridge. You know what they start doing? When I became an elder in the church, and received that title in the church, guess what? I became elder. I know I just can't do it. I just know you as Elder Loughridge. Okay, I ain't going to tell you who the family is, but the funny part about it, I was like, one of them called me Dwayne. Okay, there's another person. All right. She met me at United World, right? As a kid. All right. Now, even in church, when she sees me, I'm not Elder Loughridge. I'm Mr. Loughridge. And I'll forever be Mr. Loughridge to her, because that's how I was introduced to her. So some people say, well, how come you call him Mr. Loughridge? All right, yeah, and not Elder, because that's what she knows me for being. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So I'm saying that there are points in time I just feel that I personally would rather have somebody respect my name than respect my title. Okay? let me see. Kylie says, I had to teach myself because someone came up to me saying, why are you so mature and you respect? And I noticed he would try his best to get me to act out of turn. I started to get kind of, and I started to get kind of in my head. I had to tell myself, I'm just a peculiar person. Now I'm gonna say something, and I gotta teach here real quickly, y'all. And then I'm gonna come back to Can We Talk, but I gotta share with you, Kylie. Just no, let me do this because we still ain't talked about what the thing we need to talk about. But here's the deal. I want you to look up the word in the scripture, what peculiar means. All right. I'm going to just say that much. All right. And I'll just say that everybody, people say we're peculiar people in church. But I need to go study how the scripture describes peculiar. It's not what has been taught. So there's a little lesson for everybody. So that's your homework. Go study what does the scripture mean when it says we're peculiar people. All right. Now, and then he can still use it in the context of why he does it. And so what I need people to understand is that, I'm dealing with a situation. I'm going back to that. I'm dealing with a situation. And the situation that I'm dealing with is I dealt with somebody and somebody else saw me deal with them. But because they did not know the relationship that I had, to them, it looked like I was harassing. To them, it looked like I was nitpicking. But nitpicking, this individual begins to go off on me. Like checking me, telling me to leave someone alone, telling me not to do certain things. And so, I'm not one, if I'm not loud talking you, don't loud talk me. So I had to kind of back away from the situation, so to speak. But I did speak my mind. I did let the situation be known. Well, guess what? What I found out, what it appears to me, is that once again, because people gravitate to me. Now I want to say something because I need y'all to recognize this. Many people will recognize, how can I say this? Many people will recognize the gravity, or people gravitate to you. And they'll open up their mouth and say, oh man, I ain't like that. I ain't like that. Oh, it's you a people person. I ain't no people person like that. People will acknowledge the type of person that you are. However, at the same time, be upset with you for being who you are because other people recognize who you are, and those people come and approach you for being who you are. Let me say this. I have never in my life reached out to somebody and told them. I have never in my life, hear me well, I have never in my life, try to make people talk to me. I've never put myself in a position, though I was lied on. I've never put myself in a position where, oh, I'm going to be over here so this one can talk to me. So never been that way. Now, there are people, let me tell you something. There are people who will try to push on you their own ideologies, their own rationale. I've never been that type of person. Somehow, some way, somebody always end up, hey, can I talk to you? Like, oh, okay, what's up? And then they start talking. And then they start going, oh my God, you're such a nice person to talk to. Oh my God, I never knew. Oh my God. Oh, blah, blah. And then they start spilling out. I think I told you about the situation when I was at the LA County Fair many years ago. I'm sitting up there chilling, waiting on my food from the mobile truck from Harold and Bales. And this little white boy, comes up to me. Can I talk to you? I'm looking like, who, me? He was like, yeah. And he just started talking. He started giving me his information, and some of y'all might say, oh, why you say little white boy? I'm going to tell you why, because, I don't know this kid. Didn't know this kid. Didn't know him. I ain't never met Adam in my life. You see what I'm saying? I didn't know him. I didn't know him. And so all these people walking around, out of all the people there, he comes to talk to me. I was like, what is this? And he starts talking. And he starts talking, and he starts spilling his guts, and he starts crying, and I'm sitting there, and my homeboy Titus McGee is standing there. And so I'm talking, so I'm having a conversation. His mom comes over, finds out what the conversation. Oh my God, he talked to you about that? Yes. He starts spilling the guts. Can we have your number? Sure. Never dealt with people. I've never in all my life dealt with minors. All right, even when I was a minor, without the permission of the parent, especially they was younger than me. Never did it. Never. Right. Not one child have I ever, not one minor have I ever, especially if they're not related to me. Never. So my point of saying that is we began to connect. And we started talking, and for years he would reach out, he would talk to me, all that type of stuff, and he got better. Then I lost contact, lost his number, whatever, or when I lost his number, whatever number I had was no longer good. What's the point? So Titus was like, did you know him? Titus, I'm out here just like you. How do I know this guy? Why did he do that? I have no clue. Right? I had no clue. Now, me being who I am, of course, we're going to say it's the Lord. But, he spilled his guts. That's been me since I was a teenager. Even younger people always like, can I talk to you? And they just start talking. I don't sit there and be trying to, persuade people. No. I just always said to myself, I always want to be that person that somebody felt like they needed somebody to talk to. Then I want them to be able to talk. Okay. Let me see what Melody said. She says, I get that often. People come up to me and start telling me their whole life story. I'm not usually a talkative person, but I find myself more and more lately engaged in conversation with people I've just met. It's so strange. Yeah, and it is strange. It's very strange because people just start spilling. And this is why I'm telling you, sometimes it's not you, it's them. Because some people will be bothered, they'll be jealous, they'll be envious, they, like I said, they acknowledge, they know this is you, they acknowledge this is the situation. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes like this big envious, jealous thing. Like why he doing that, and why they go to you? I don't know why they come to me. I don't know why they come to me. What did you do? What you mean? What did I do? I'm just me. I'm just me. And I've learned that sometimes people can't deal with you being you. And, and so certain individual, y'all, was watching me. I didn't know that until I looked around. I said, why this person? And me, I want to be like, what are you watching me for? Like, what are you doing? But they all gravitated, right? And so I was like, what in the world? I'm like, this is crazy. It's like, why are you watching me on the side? Why are you, stood there. I think they talked to me for a good 5 minutes, right? Why are you standing there talking? Why are you standing there watching? What are you gazing at? They all encircled me. They all talk to me. They all say certain things. So it's like, okay, I don't know what this is about. I don't know what this is for. I don't know why you're doing that. I don't, what is it? And you acknowledge I'm not like that. Okay, so if you acknowledging that and other people acknowledging that, then that's fine. I'm not putting you down, but you come looking at me. So it's not me. I'm not the problem. If you want to operate the way I operate, then ask, but don't downgrade. Don't look at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Don't eye me. Don't start looking at me. Because then me, I'm gonna be like, I'll speak and be cordial, but then I'm gonna have to back it up because I don't have time for the foolishness. And you got to sometimes people, it's not you, it's other people. It's some insecurities that's on the inside. It's the insecurity. It's like being in a relationship with somebody. I'm telling a young lady, I said, girl, if you was my daughter, I said, let me tell you, I would have told you to dump that dude long time ago. You can't talk to other males because he feels some type of way. Girl, dump him. He telling you you can't talk to other males, because he feels some type of way. And then you have the conversation. Well, has she done anything? No. But I feel she's always with she can't have male friends. Has she done anything inappropriate? Has she said anything inappropriate? Have she sent any text messages that are inappropriate? Have you heard of anything that she's done that's inappropriate? No. So what are you doing? What are you doing? So it's not you, it's that other person. I told her it's not you, it's him. You want to that's control. That's manipulation. I don't care how handsome he is. I don't care how nice of a body you believe he has. I don't care how much. And this is what the problem is, because some people are drawn to outward appearance alone. But then as you begin to deal with people, you begin to see their personality. And their personality is a front, or is the real deal, not a front, the real deal. Now, I'm not saying people cannot grow. They cannot grow and matriculate and develop and cultivate their personality and all of that. But then there comes a time, y'all, like real talk. There comes a time. There comes a time when you got to make a decision. Do I want to deal with this? Do I not want to deal with it? And why are you dealing with this? He's manipulative. He gets an attitude. You're arguing. You're supposed to be in class and you're trying to convince this girl. You better say like those people, bye Felicia, bye Felipe. That girl, bye. You need to dismiss that situation. Are y'all hearing me tonight? You got to dismiss that. You can't. It's not you, it's them. And you got to come to the recognition. You know what also I have been learning? And you say, and I say things to myself and I don't execute them. And when I say it to myself and I don't execute it, I've learned that when I don't execute what I say I'm going to do, when it comes to certain things, then I feel some type of way. What do you mean? I realize that some people want to control the you that you are, and they want you to be who they want you to be. And when you stop being who you are, like I feel this way. I think there are points in time in all our lives that there are many parts of us that need to grow, that there are many parts of us that need to mature. There's many parts of us that need to develop. We're forever growing. We're forever evolving and becoming. You see what I'm saying? If my wife was to say to me, you're not the same person I married. Technically speaking, there are certain things about me 19 years ago that should not still be present in an infancy stage, right? In the honeymoon stage. There's certain things about her that should not still be the same. If there's something, there's some things that should be consistent throughout, right? But then there are other things that should not be consistent throughout, right? If your friendship is the same as it was 10 years ago and nothing has evolved, nothing has matured, nothing has grown, then there's a problem there. All right. If you're still the same mindset, minds change, worldviews change, philosophies change, perspectives change as people begin to go through and they begin to circumvent things. They begin to filter out certain things. You know what I mean? And so what I'm saying is that there comes time in your life you should not be who you were a long time ago, but then there's something that should be consistent. And so what I'm realizing is that, y'all ready for this? Some people can't deal with you. They can't deal with you because they never dealt with somebody like you before. So they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to deal. And there comes a time, it's irritating. It's disheartening. It's sad. It's the late prophet Nathan Simmons would say, it's grieving sometimes when you think about it, that people just don't get it. And it's not you. Sometimes when you recognize it's not you, when you recognize the challenge or The issue per se is not you, you know. Like I said, there's sometimes we are the issue, we are the root of the problem, we are the reason why there's dissension, we are the reason why there's a disagreement, we are the reason why. But then there are times it's none of those things. And one of the things I am a strong believer in is not allowing anybody to label me something because that's their thought. Did y'all hear what I just said? Sometimes we're so busy because, and I'm also a firm believer that not every time the majority rules. Some people have went to jail because the majority ruled, to come to find out years later that they had to be exonerated, or some people died, but the evidence came out years later because the majority saw it one way and the majority ruled. And so there are times that we cannot go by the majority. I remember, here we go, when my god sister, Regina Peel, went through what she went through. And I remember people bringing me evidence and, or what was appearing as evidence. And is this your sister? And isn't it your god sister? And don't she preach? And don't she do X, Y, and Z? I remember that like it was yesterday, right? You just don't want to believe it. It's not just that I don't want to believe it. I don't believe it. You know how there are certain things about certain people that you know. Okay, oh, I heard Dwayne Loughridge did da 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 da. There's certain things, if you know me, you'd be like, yeah, I believe he did that. And there's certain things you'd be like, nah, I don't believe that. Dwayne said da 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 da. Nah, I don't believe that. That don't match him. And then there's certain things you'd be like, yeah, that match him. You know how there's certain people in your life you'd be like, yeah, I know they did that. Yeah, I know she said that. Yeah. That's their, yeah, I can believe it. I don't even have to be there. It's like sometimes you're reading people's text messages. You see, you know their tone, you know their attitude, you know their mindset about certain things, you know their vibe, so to speak. So you've been dealing with it for so long, and so your mindset, so your mindset is like, okay, I know you had attitude when you wrote that text, Some people, you can't read the text. You don't know what they're saying because you don't have that relationship. But some people, oh, yeah, shade was thrown in there. Yeah, you was throwing shade. Yeah, you was throwing shade. You was being disrespectful. You was being cocky. You was being arrogant. You was being stubborn. You was being, just honorary. See what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I can feel the love through that. That was so sweet how you said that. That was so kind. You can feel that because you know the character of the person, and yeah, that's interesting. You know the tone. All right, you know the producer because of the producer. You know what I'm saying? There's certain people. One of my daughters, Starlet, she was reading. I can't remember the author's name right now, but if she heard a quote, she'd be like, "Oh, that's so and so and so," because she has been accustomed. She's been accustomed to that particular author's dialect, the way that person speaks, the way that person gets that. So you got to know how that person flows. And so what I'm saying is there are times that people try to put on you. Literally, they try to put on you who you're not. And it's get frustrating, y'all. It gets frustrating because you are not who they try to depict you to be, right? Just like I'm telling you about the situation that I'm literally dealing with. And, I was like, this is crazy. Like, why is this person watching me? Oh, God. Like sitting there, like I didn't even know until I turned my head. Why? But I had to realize it's not me, it's that person. It's that person. Like, if you don't know the relationship that a person has, then you need to ask that question. If you don't know the person, you think you know the person, have a conversation. Some people, and I'm about to say something, some people have misjudged somebody because of what their wife said, because of what their husband said, because of what their mother said, because of what their father said, because of what the judge said. Some people have been misjudged because of somebody else who was closer. And then the mindset is, well, that's that boy's mama. That's that boy's daddy. That's that girl's mama. That's that girl's daddy. If anybody gonna know. And sometimes we as humans, as parents, as leaders, as whether we're in the law enforcement or in the judicial system or whatever, sometimes we misjudge situations ourselves because of how we handle things. And so because of, oh yeah, it's got to be right because he said it. It's got to be right because that person said it. And once again, when you know certain people, you kind of get an idea. You know that person's personality. And so like I said, sometimes y'all, it's not you. All right. It's other people. Okay. It's other people. And you got to be okay with that. And it can be frustrating, trust me, I know. But I've also learned, y'all, and I'm about to come to a close unless you all have some questions. I've also learned that sometimes you can talk too much. Sometimes you need to just answer what people are asking and not add more. That has been one of my greatest weaknesses. It's been one of my greatest weaknesses. Sometimes I give out more than I'm supposed to. Sometimes I say more than what I'm asked. And then the difficulty sometimes have been for me is that sometimes I'll be like, okay, I should do this with these, but not with these over here. And why should I not do it with these over here? Because they're not giving me that vibe. But then sometimes if you're not careful, you be in your head, okay, but if they thinking that way, maybe they thinking that way too. And then you'll be tortured. So I made a commitment again to myself. Okay. Oh, this is the thought pattern. This is the perspective, you know. And I'm a living witness that some people, you'll never win with some people. You know why you never win with some people? Because the mindset is, oh, everybody else said it. And then sometimes you got to sit in that. You got to sit. Oh, here it is. You got to sit in that rejection. You say what you want to. Say what you want to. But when everybody else is believing what they want to believe, because the majority said it, there's a rejection that hits you and you feel rejected. Did y'all hear me what I said? I said you feel rejected. Also, they're going to take their word because everybody else said it. So you feel rejected. And you start feeling some type of way. And then you start feeling like, I ain't gonna let nobody overtake me. I ain't gonna let nobody make me feel less than. I'm not gonna let nobody control me. And so then you become defensive. Oh, how do I know? Because I've been there, done that. And if I'm not careful now, it'll be the same thing. Y'all hear me? Okay. Let's see. Colin said over here in Instagram, something had happened where someone lied on me and the school put me on a 3-week suspension. But it ended up turning into one day because the principal told the dean and the vice Fletcher isn't the one to do that. And I found out the one who, Lord, was very one coming to me saying, Kylie, can you help me with this and that? Oh, okay. So the one who lied and got you suspended was the one that was coming to you. See, and that's where it is. And a lot of times, y'all, that's where the problem is right there. A lot of times, that's the problem. Once again, sometimes I'm not, and what I mean by that, I'm not going to stop being me, but I also know there's a me that I can't always give, even when they're family. even when they're close to me. There's a me I cannot give. And sometimes you have to, am I making sense here? Sometimes you gotta just back up. Be like, okay, y'all feel me? Okay, I can't say that. I can say it, but okay. And then I've learned that when you start giving answers, you don't give extra. You know, you don't have to give extra. Don't give extra. Just give what people request and don't go overboard. Because when you care about people, you can go overboard. I said, okay. Because I refuse to allow anybody to make me feel like I've lost my mind and I'm crazy. So then, Dwayne Johnson tells me all the time, Loughridge, don't do it. Sharitha tells me all the time, don't do it. Desmond would tell me, don't do it. Orlando Hill would tell me, don't do it. Johnny Thompson would tell me, don't do it. Don't do what? Shut down. If I became what people wanted, I would lose me. But I've come to the realization again, sometimes it's not you, it's them. Kylan says that my twin had to wake me up and he told me, Kylan, I know you love to help and pray for people, but some folk you have to walk, I'm going to soon walk away from. And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean, that you're not compassionate. That doesn't mean that you don't love people, but sometimes you got to leave people to themselves. Sometimes it's not you. It's them. It's them. It's that person. That's their plight. It's not mine. I can't. All right. Are there any questions? Anybody got any questions? I'm about to shut it down. Any questions anybody have? If you have a question, write in the comment section. I have a question, or put in the comment section a question mark. And I'm still learning, Kylan. You can't help but pray for everyone. Now, I won't say, Kylan, that you can't pray for everyone. I think I can remember 2 times in the Bible where pretty much God said, he told Jeremiah, don't pray for these people. And then I think there was another occasion where he's talking to Moses and says, he told Moses, don't pray for them. I'll destroy them and I'll make you a nation on your own. But he didn't do it. So we still pray for people. But we just got to make sure when we're praying for people, we're not praying our selfish prayer. Lord, let them see what I want them to see. No. Lord, let them see what they need to see. Let them see what is necessary. Y'all feel me? All right. Any questions? Feel free to ask me. Now, it's a possibility I may not be here tomorrow night. I might not be here tomorrow night. I know I won't be here Friday night because I'll be in Lancaster for the birthday celebration for Pastor Isaiah Kelly. So I'll be out there. However, I may not, if what I was told is still happening tomorrow, and that'd be the only time I'll be able to support the family in that aspect. Okay. But anyway, any questions concerning what I've talked about tonight? Anything that I've said that was not clear, that you might need clarity on, that I said, or whatever. All I'm saying, y'all, sometimes it's not you, it's them. Can't make people believe who you. Can't make people be convinced. And if y'all do any type of praying for me, here's what I want you to pray concerning me. You pray that I stay. Ask the Lord to, Lord, keep his mind, keep his emotions, help him to stay submitted to your voice and your will. Help him to know his with clarity, not with prophecies per se, but help him to know clearly what the assignment is as it relates to pastoring. Did I just throw that out there? I threw it out there. Somebody asked me not so long ago, are you scared? Absolutely not. No, I'm not scared. Absolutely not. I'm not scared at all. However, I do have reservations about certain things. Somebody said, well, what you mean by that? Listen, I can hardly get a good amount of people to watch me here. And I've been doing these lives for years. You know what I'm saying? I heard very recently Bishop Noah Jones say, y'all can start a church here. And he said, if you ain't got hardly no members on, he said, if you ain't got members per se, or people that are following you on social media, that may tell you don't need the pastor. So just, pray with me when it comes to that. All right, so Kylan says on Instagram, what do you do when you're a direct person and you being direct get you in trouble? If that makes sense, I'll explain later on. Well, I'm very direct. You can be direct and not nasty. You can be direct and not condescending. You can be direct and not abusive with your words. Now, Judge Mathis calls it. He calls it tough love. There's time, but you got sometimes there's more tough than there is love. Are you hearing me? And so I believe, Kylan, what needs to be done, and this is the question you all that he's asked on Instagram. Sometimes, Kylan, being raised in certain environments have you being too harsh. It's holiness of hell, right? And then saying it's a holiness of hell type deal because the environment you've been raised in. You may come off offensive. You may come off as, harsh. And there are times you need to be direct, but in you being direct, it shouldn't always get you into trouble. And so I think in that aspect, you just have to be mindful. You have to pick it. Okay, do I need to be as direct, or do I need to? Since you're a Christian, I'll say this: Colossians comes to mind. I believe it's chapter 4, where he tells you, "Let your words be seasoned." With grace or something to that, with salt. Hold on, I'm gonna get it. I'm going to get it right now. I know it's Colossians, but I believe it's chapter 4. I believe it is chapter 4. Yeah. Now, verse 5. Live wisely among those who are not believers and make the most of every opportunity. Listen to verse 6. Let your conversation, this is New Living Translation, be gracious and attractive so that you will have the right response for everyone. King James said, let your speech be always with grace seasoned with salt, that you may know how to alter. So even in your being direct, there ought to still be some graciousness in your direct. Yeah, in your directness. Remember, Ephesians tell us to speak the truth in love. This tongue can either build you or destroy you. It can bring health to you or destruction. Okay? So hopefully that answered you, Kyla. Let me know. Any other questions? And then listen to this. Um, um, Proverbs 18:19. An offended friend is harder to win back than a fortified city. Arguments separate friends like a gate locked with bars. Verse 20 said, wise words satisfy like a good meal. The right words bring satisfaction. Verse 21, the tongue can bring death or life. Those who love to talk will reap the consequences. Most time that scripture is used, it's used in a sense of be careful what you speak. But it also lets us know that my words can be wholesome. My words can be bring life if I'm not careful and not handle my words correctly. Okay. Um, Check this out. Proverbs 18:27. A truly wise person uses few words. A person with understanding is even tempered. Then it says, even fools are thought wise when they keep silent. With their mouths shut, they seem intelligent. One of my favorites is Proverbs 15:1. A gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. The tongue of the wise make knowledge appealing, but the mouth of fools belches out foolishness. Okay? Verse 4, gentle words, Proverbs 15, gentle words are a tree of life. A deceitful tongue crushes the spirit. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to stop right there. And that's why you got to know, Kylan, when to give it, when not to give it. Because listen to this, verse 10. Whoever abandons the right path will be severely disciplined. Whoever hates correction will die. Verse 12. Mockers hate to be corrected, so they will stay away from the wise. Okay. So hopefully that answered you. All right. It's an hour. I got to stop. So hopefully I help someone on this evening. So let me just say to us on Can We Talk as I exit out. Sometimes it's not you, it's them. All right, I understand. I'll let you know the issue that came up. Okay. All right. That's it. Oh wow. All right. Do y'all get what I'm saying? I just want us to understand. Sometimes you got to, because it's not you. If you are a helper and nobody wants your help, can't force the help on somebody. Y'all feel me? You can't force the help on. I heard a man by the name of Mike Murdoch said, listen to this: people who won't respect your time won't respect your wisdom either. Did y'all hear what I said? People who won't respect your time won't respect your wisdom either. When I tell you, sometimes you get offended, you're bothered, you're frustrated, you are angry. Like, why they won't listen? I'm trying to help them. They don't want it. It's sometimes it's you to them, but it's really not you. It's them. Did that make sense when I said that? It is you, but it's not you. It's them. You're the one that have the challenge with. You're the one, and so somebody is appreciative of what you do. Somebody understands, and eventually, sooner or later, um, they might come around. They may not come around. But just, if y'all have been knowing me for years, some of y'all know, here's my slogan: choose your battles wisely. Is there something I need to be talking about right now? Is there something I need to do with? Psh, nope, I'm going to just leave it alone. I ain't going to say nothing about it. Psh, it's not for me to do. All right? All right. Hey, what's going on, Bobbage? Honored to have you with him. All right, with me. It's one of my coworkers, y'all. Um, that's the man I'm under at my job. One of the people that I'm under at my job, that I do. And I'm honored that he will be here today, um, tonight. All right. Yeah, I'm over my hour. Any questions? Any other questions? Any questions anybody have? Feel free to ask me. Um, y'all know I'm an open book. Y'all know I'm an open book, and I'll try to answer as much as I can within the power that I can, within the time that is allotted to me. All right. If not, hope y'all have a wonderful night. Um, as they used to say back when I was a little kid, good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. I thought that was a slogan. I didn't know people had bed bugs until I was watching the show. I said, oh, there's really bed bugs? I was watching the Judge show. But anyway, I digress. All right, so I'm going to wait just a little bit more. So no final questions. But yeah, sometimes it's not you, y'all. Sometimes it's them. People would nitpick with you, but you keep. But I just learned there will be opportunities. I'm gonna say this. I was gonna say it earlier, but I'll say it now. I received a card from one of our assistant principals, and one of the things that stuck out to me, one of the things that stuck out to me in the card was she said, "Thank you for treating people like people." That right there blessed me. That touched my heart, and I responded back and I said, "Thank you for that." Um, I'm the new kid on the block, y'all. So you try to navigate and you try to make sure, but for she to be able to look at that and be like, Mr. D, thank you for always treating people like people. Which says to me that some people, look, I feel I ain't gotta cuss you out to correct you if you out of order. But anyway, maybe that'd be another topic for another time. Because wherever I do, not just in my Christian world, but in my secular world, I don't want to make my name have a bad rep. Y'all feel me? All right. Good night, y'all. What is it? Once again, sometimes it's not you, it's them. And in the words of Kendrick Lamar, you gonna be all right. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining.